and the pursuit of happiness. To secure these rights, governments are instituted, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as shall seem most likely to affect our happiness and safety. We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, do, in the name and by the authority of the people, solemnly publish and declare that these United States are, and of right ought to be, free and independent, so that we are absolved from any and all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between us and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved. As free and independent states, we have the full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, etc. And for the support of this declaration, and with a firm reliance on the protection of our divine providence, we mutually pledge to one another our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. Well, that's how we got started on our lawmaking. As for the issue of race and slavery, I was wrong. I was dead wrong. I was caught up. I wish I might have continued with some of my youthful attempts at abolition. Slavery and the inequality of it, it impels our disease. A disease in our society, and where a disease is most deeply seated there, it will be slowest in its eradication. I chose instead to devote myself to the freedom of these United States. I might just as well, might better have chosen to fight for the freedom of those enduring slavery and white supremacy. I count myself and the way I lived as part of the ongoing problem, and may God have mercy on me for that dimension of my life. I am at least cheered to know that with persistence, complete abolition of the absurd but pernicious evil of racialism is not impossible, and it ought never therefore be despaired of. Every plan should be adopted, every experiment tried that may do something towards this ultimate object, equality for all. This principle is the very definition and axiom of a free society, yet it continues to be denied and invaded and evaded with no smaller success every single day. But those who deny freedom, opportunity, equality, and mutual affection to any others deserve it not for themselves, and they will not retain it. As for the making of our laws, some people look at constitutions with sanctimonious reverence, like the Ark of the Covenant, too sacred to be touched. They ascribe to their forefathers and their age a wisdom more than human, and suppose what they did to be beyond amendment. Well, I knew that age well. I was part of it, and it was very much like the present age, but without the experience of the present. And I also know that laws and institutions must go hand in hand with the progress of the human mind. As the mind becomes more enlightened and new truths are disclosed, institutions must advance also and keep pace with the times.